women will test you. And most of the times you men don't even know why. This video, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they test you. And I'm going to also teach you today on how to make sure that every single time they test you, you pass. You have to pass. Because in order to be the leader, she's going to test you so many times, and you must be able to pass. Let's get busy. All right, let's start with number one. And this is a really good one because I think they're going to do this more often than not. They're going to test your emotional stability. Are you emotionally stable? This is how she creates drama to see your reaction. She wants to see if her drama drives you to be emotional. So you have to be stoic. You got to stay stoic. You got to make sure you stay stoic, and you got to make sure at the times that's necessary, you correct her on how she's being emotional. But you stay stoic. You always be this leader. You always be the man that you're supposed to be in that moment. Never fold to her emotions to drive this drama to you to see how you're going to react. She wants to see if you're going to be yelling and being super emotional. She wants to see that. Don't give her that. Let's go to the second one. And it's supposed to be 5, but I'm going to give you 10 today. I need for you to get this game because it's so important for you to get this game. Your life depends on it. Every single one of these you need to know, so you need to stay tuned. And while you're at it, hit the like button. My likes are getting real low, but hit the like button for this value. But stay to the end because every single one of these has been researched, has been studied, and I put this together to make sure you all got this game. Hit the like button. Number 2 is called the attention test. The attention test, and I think you guys know exactly what this is, right? The attention test is why she asked for all of your time. And what this really means. Well, it means if you give her all of your times, that means you have made a decision that she's your purpose. And any man with a purpose is not going to give her all the attention she's asking for. Only weak men give the women all of their time. Never be one of these guys who don't give. Never be one of these guys that give all the women your time. But you should never, let's say that, keep a good balance. If she's earned the time, you give her some time. But don't be a guy, just because she's earned a lot of time, giving her all your time. Stay on your purpose, on your mission, fellas. Stay on your purpose. Let's go to the third one. Now, this is a very, very important one. This is what I'm saying. You all need to stay to the end on this one because you need all of these. You need every single one of these. So, the boundary test. This is one that's so important. When she pushes your limits to see if you hold your ground and stay 10 toes down, she wants to see if you're a guy who's going to fold under pressure. She wants to see if you're a guy who can't keep your boundaries. She can't trust nobody that don't keep their boundaries. If your purpose is not strong enough to tell her no, if your purpose ain't strong enough to tell other people no, she wants to see if you're the guy you say you are. And if you're the guy you say you are, you're going to stand 10 toes down every time, no matter what. That is the boundary test. Number 4. This is another big one. And this is what I'm going to keep telling y'all. Stay for every single one of these. The provider test. The provider test is, how is it that she's going to test you? See if you're suitable. If you're suitable ways, she evaluates your resources and your ambition. She wants to see if you're suitable for her future. She's gonna evaluate your resources and your ambition. Now, the reason why she's doing this is because if she decides to have kids, she wants to see if she's able to take care of these kids. Also, her livelihood she has now, she can afford by herself. But she wants to see if you have resources, so if you come together, she will be in an environment that's better than the one she has now. And then also, the provider mindset is masculine. Most masculine men want to provide for their families and take care of their families. So this provider test, she wants to see if you're actually being responsible. She wants to see if you're being responsible. If you're a guy who's responsible, she's going to find out with how you take care of your resources, how you do these things. She wants to know. That's straight up. Let's go number 5. This is another one. She wants to test your loyalty. How she checks if you're, let me just say this. If you're a guy, she wants to see if she can trust you. How loyal can you be? How she checks if you choose her over friends and hobbies. Right? So let me tell you this. Your woman, you're supposed to choose your woman over your friends and your hobbies, right? So let me give you a prime example. Only in certain situations you choose her over things you love to do, though. But let's just say you're going golfing with your buddy. Well, her mom got in a car accident. She's rushing down there. She's gonna want you to come with her. You're gonna hang with your boys. You gonna do that. You don't want to do that. Don't be a person that does that, right? You want to be supportive in that way for her. What about, you go into the gun range with the homies, smoke some cigars, you're gonna hang out for the day. She gets really sick. She needs some things. She can't take care of the kids. Who's gonna take care of the kids, right? You. And see, this is what I'm saying. Are you going to pick her? This is called being loyal to her. She wants to know in these type of situations. Like, I would not say, though, if she wants you to stay home because she wants some attention and you going golfing with the homies, well, I'm going golfing with the homies. Because you're understanding that you're still maintaining self. But if she wants some time, it's going to be in the time that it's allowed it to her. Okay? Another one. This is number 6, and I told you I'm gonna give y'all 10 of these. I'm gonna give you 10 pieces of game today. Number 6 is the confident test, right? She's gonna give you all type of scenarios where she wants to see if you will lead, if you're confident to her. If you're not a guy, if she finds out you're a guy that has no confidence, I'm gonna tell you right now, she ain't gonna want you. She ain't gonna want you. You have to be confident in order for her to stay interested and want you. Right? And she's gonna find out within, several minutes of how she's testing your confidence. She wants to see. She wants to see. And I think that's fair. Her testing your confidence and her figuring out if you really the guy you say you are. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think the next test is the jealousy test. The jealousy test. So there's going to be, if she wants to know if you're going to be jealous of anybody in her environment, introducing other men, Are you jealous of her going anywhere where it's going to be men? Are you jealous of her doing things with a friend because you think there's going to be men there? Are you running through her phone? Are you asking for it? I mean, all these things. These things are things weak men do. And you got to remember, if you're the guy, you're not worried about these other guys. Now, you can't have standards in a relationship saying, hey, I don't do women with male friends because of the X, Y, and Z. There's nothing wrong with that. They're telling you off top, no male friends. I don't see anything wrong with that. Let's go number 8. The communication test. The communication test happens because she wants to see if you can lead properly. When you are a woman that can communicate well, you don't want no man that can't really communicate. And any great leader knows exactly how to communicate. No matter what. Any great leader knows exactly how to communicate. This is how she checks. How you respond, how you know, your texting patterns, all of those things. All of those things. I think that a lot of men are trying to stay away from that communication piece because they're not too good at that. And this is why they have problems even talking to women. Because women need men who can talk well. Who can communicate their thoughts on what's going on. You know what I mean? Number 9. This is a huge one. And this is why I say, listen to the end. Number 9, the commitment test. The commitment test. I'm going to tell you from firsthand. Signs she's evaluating your long-term relationship is that she wants to ask you, what are we? What are we? How we rocking? She wants to know if she gets into a committed relationship with you, how are you going to act? Are you going to be committed? Are you going to be a person who's going to always have problems with commitment? You know, commitment is a big task when you're not into whoever you're with. It's a big task. And I think that don't be committed if you're not going to be committed. You have to be able to do that. Because if you don't, it's going to be a long road of pain and hurt. And you don't want that either. Number 10, being authentic test. And I'm going to tell you right now, I want you to understand there are people out here that perform. There are people that perform who they are for a very long time, and it takes a long time for a woman to really see who they are. The performance is terrible. And there's so much performing that nobody really knows the authentic self until it's too late. They're lying. They're doing all type of things. And I just think being your authentic self, the more you're not your authentic self, the more you're losing valuable life lessons off of these other people. It's almost like if you're faking, you're not being your authentic self, it's kind of chipping away of manhood from you. That's how bad it is to me. I really believe that as silverbacks, I really believe as men that are trying to get better, just know you won't be perfect. Just know that there's going to be times you miss some things on this list. There's going to be times that you miss how to execute some of the things on the list. But again, we got coaching. We also got coaching, but we also got memberships, and we call them mentorships. And what I'm saying to you is gatewaytogame.com. I can help you, but you got to help yourself. Click the link in the bio. Join the mentorship. Join it. Making sure you all understand how important this game is. Make sure you get at 50, mission1950.com. Also gatewaytogame.com. I'm out of here. Peace.